Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Lance Fantasy Gaming. We are going to be looking up factions. I'll be looking at your comments up as too. Some of the ones I don't know. I know a generalization of Warhammer. It's just that I am not that great at I'm watching the lore. I'm trying to learn the units. My next faction is going to be a Death Guard Nurgle, or I want to do a Kip Bash for Slanesh. I think Kip Bashing for Slanesh one might be a hell of a lot more fun, but might cost more money on the long run because I don't see a lot of people do Slanesh Kip Bashing. Only just very few I see doing it. Like I want to get Sisters of Battle and Kip Bash to Slanesh. I do want to do a better job what they did with the Space Marine. So I did have the Screamer one for upgrade. I think just spray painting pink does not do any justice for it. So I want to do a lot of stuff like that for my next faction after I'm done with my Blood Angels and everything else. Or I might go to Necrons for that. But subscribe, like, and share if you guys do enjoy it. I'll probably be talking to myself a lot more than anything else right now. Let me see. Here, my thing looks like it is live. Everything's live. For it, I might not be on for that long, depending on it. Reason why I don't stream that much is that I like to communicate one on one. I don't like streaming all the time and just be by myself and that's basically it. To me, it's just kind of creepy and also I'll do my own thing as well. I know the new intercessors are out. I do want it. The problem is it is ridiculously pricey for that. So I have about 2,000 points, and I might post it up on the social media on what the units I have. You guys can look through as well. I know I got a couple of ones. Brandon Wade and Patriot Gaming. I did a couple of them that we're gonna look through which one that I'm gonna buy and look through and hopefully get. It was kind of funny. Salamanders, burn them to a crisp. I'm like, I have a Blood Angel. I don't want to buy another set, Primark, another set just for Salamander. I don't mind doing it if my 3D printer wasn't broken, but once the 3D printer is working and I got enough resin, I'm gonna try Sunlu resin. It's like $10 a liter, and I might just 3D print a lot of these, a lot of the ones for salamanders. And I'm not buying any of the codex until June when 10th edition comes out. I think that'll be a very good idea for that as well. Okay, so we got dreadnoughts. I'm gonna try to go from the beginning. Let's see here. Dreadnoughts. What different types? Redemptor dreadnoughts. Okay, let's look up Redemptor dreadnoughts because I know there's different types of dreadnoughts, but I do have a STL print of that. The file for that. You can get a lot of these. If you have a 3D printer, you got Cult 3D. This is what I was using for Zerglegs, but sometimes you can see it if it comes out. But I can get one for $1.18 for a STL file. That looks pretty damn good and pretty damn close. I might pay $1.18 just to get a Redemptor Dreadnought for that as well. So we got that on the list that we're going to probably look through. A Dreadnought panels. I don't want panels. I want the actual model itself. Uh, $6 not bad. Well, this one doesn't look bad either. So you gotta make sure to be careful. Make sure you get the actual one for it. But that does not look like the one with the plasma. I want with the plasma. Uh, well, this one looks like it has two plasma. And $7. I think we already have this one. My friend also bought some as well. This one looks pretty damn good too. Redemptor Dreadnought. This is the Heresy model. This looks like it has a bit of a Tau vibe to it. With that as well. Thick, thick, thick. Well, you can actually, well, what does this one say? This is the Ultramarine version of it. Symbol. You only get the fucking symbol. Uh, like I said, you're gonna have to look at it. It looks like it's just the panels. You probably find the Dreadnought and you glue the panels to it. Oh, this one. Redemptor Dreadnought. Okay, so we found one that's a whole. $6. And I have a lot of bits. I have a lot of Dreadnought bits for it so that I can actually work around with it. I can use a magnet or a swivel nut to move it around if I wanted to. But yeah. So we got that going. So I'm gonna put that on the side for me. Brutalis Dreadnought. I have never heard of those before. If it's new, I think about getting a border patrol. I don't know if that's a thing, but we also have Google. If it is a thing. There you go. If it is a thing for that, you look at it. Brutalis Dreadnought. Oh, there's just the one with the claw. That's with the new border patrol on it. With those, I think about getting the border patrol. It comes with the new intercessors. With it and the Brutalis. What is fucking $200? Oh, this is the Strike Force Augusta. Yeah, for $200. It's like kind of expensive. Actually, it's very expensive for $200. I would like to have it, and I have to mod the kits around it so that it'll look like a Blood Angels. But yeah, it would be nice to have, but it's just 200 damn bucks. And I know they also raised the price on it as well, so it is what it is, I guess. There's nothing I can do about that. So we got that. Print them. I do have files. I think there are files out for me to print them for it. I have 4 armies I'm trying to finish: Custodes, Salamanders, Voltan, and Necrons. Yeah, let me finish my Blood Angel, even though it's 2,000 points. It'll be a lot easier for me because I also have the Chaos. I'm going to show it down on the bottom of the thing to see what I have right here. Okay, so this is the old school Berserkers I had. I bought back in the early 2000s or 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. Old school Berserker that I have that I want to work with. I am going to do Chaos. I don't know what Chaos God I'm going to go with. I won't do them all, but they all hate each other for that as well. Invader ATV. I want to know what the Outrider Squad is. I never heard of the Outrider Squad. For that matter as well. So that's not there either. Google it up again, I guess. Outrider Squad. So they're just basically bikers. Outriders. These are $60. I could 3D print them. I have the prints of these guys. I do need to get Outrider Squad. I am gonna 3D print a lot of them. It's even though it's cheaper on my end, and I'm never going to probably go to Games Workshop tournaments. I have 2,000 points that I bought from GW for like 2 years. Uh, that'll be just fine. Vader ATV. Oh, this looks awesome. I can get a file for that too. Chimeras ATV. There is a file for that I can get. That is not a big deal. I think I do have a file, but I can switch to helmets with a lot of the stuff, so that's not a big deal for it. Uh, but I would like to know what's the big firepower. All it is, you can change it into a melta gun. So melta gun does really well with Tyranid. I just found out. So if you have melta guns on these, it would be a lot better. But I wish it has just more weapons on these things that you can put on. I want to see what people do with their kit bashing for a lot of these things as well. And probably have to magnetize the base and the hands so I can switch from Melta and Gatling for that. Okay, and Hammerfall Bunker. I think I know what this is. Um, Hammerfall Bunker. Yeah, this I was looking at. This looks kind of cool. Uh, Problem is, I never see anyone actually use this. The Hammerfall bunker. I know I need to get a ship as well, but this would be kind of cool to have and use on it for that. Okay, for my Ultramarines armor, it might work well for Blood Angels. Well, I convert a lot of these into Blood Angels, not primary. Yes, I need to get the Assault Terminators. Uh, change them all to hammers. Honestly, the new Desolation Squad might be a good addition to your. I think that is the. Let me look at the new Desolation Squad for it. Yeah, this is the new Desolation Squad that I do want to get. It's just. Do they have it separately now for new Desolation Squad? I don't think they have it separate yet. It's still going to be in the $200 set, I think. Shopping. I'll buy this. River of Souls. Oh yeah, it's still it's one of those things you got to buy it separately, or buy a $120 or $200 box set just for the new Desolation Squad uh, for it, and it's just too damn expensive. Terminator Squad. So okay, that's the only comments I got left for it. But I really do thank you guys for coming in, helping me out for it. I am going to be looking through some of the stuff on the my Blood Angels for it because I got the cockpit control. This used to be 120, now it's 160. Holy shit! Assault intercessors, assault squad. I have a file for this. I have this one that I bought on eBay a long time ago. Primus intercessors, librarian and terminator. Land Raider. I have a lot of different types of Land Raider. I do need to get a lot of stuff for these things as well. They've been raising this price, but I do need to get a lot of the heroes, the warlords, for it. It's just I have the older version of this. Does not have it has the regular jetpack. Doesn't have the wings. I do need Primaris Tech Marine to repair my stuff. I do have him for my combat patrol. I do need a Primaris Captain. Um, Captain Gravis armor. I do have the older version of Mephiston, but I like to have Mephiston and Terminator armor. The old school one looks pretty damn cool. These are the ones I can use for my thing. Razorback, Rhino. I can print those. I need multiple Sanguiniary Guard. I know that. I have one Stern Guard veteran, but this is the newer one. I want to see what the newer one looks like. Yeah, it looks a lot more better than mine, I'll say. But oh, they do say no. That's incursion. I have that from the Comic Patrol, but it counts more than I only have like fucking let's see, one, two, three. I think five. Mine came with five in the Comic Patrol, not the whole freaking unit. Damn you, KGW. I'm with Lieutenant Revis armor. Librarian with a bebe. That's the same old dude, but he has a bebe. Let's see here. Okay, we got a Death Company Dreadnought. I don't know what's the difference between a Death Company and the Revis. Ballista Dreadnought. They look pretty much the same. With two claws, I think it has 3-weapon loadout instead of 2-weapon loadout on the company Dreadnought. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Company command. Are you going to run a librarian or a chaplain? I have both. I'm running both on it. It's letting you know it is gonna be a little bit of a delay, just letting you know as well. I can right now. I have a chaplain that I have, but I am I basically showing people like what kind of armies I do have or not for it. But yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I have both. I have the Primaris Librarian, and this is the chaplain I have. Let me show it to this one. This is the chaplain I have. This is the chaplain that I have that I painted for it. The librarian is just started with the blue and everything for that as well. So I have not played with him yet. But yeah. Well, yeah, so I'm gonna have both. I do want the newer version of that chaplain I just saw. It has the wings and it looks a lot more better looking. And I know that we have Primaris Librarian and a regular Librarian. And I think well, there we go. We're back in. God damn. Yeah, now we're back in. Sorry about that. Uh, Patriot game just left. God damn, nice job. Okay. But yeah, Sanguinius armor. Stuff for that as well. I do have a regular dreadnought. I do have a gunship file. I do have a Thunderhawk file as well. And Librarian Dreadnought looks pretty damn cool as well to get. Problem is, I have no idea what the difference between a Librarian and a Chaplain yet. I'll probably figure it out once I do the battle and stuff. I don't know if you need both. I have Mephiston. That's the only like warlord I have that's like with a psyker ability. Tyranids, that freaking Psyker thing is really a pain in the ass. Just letting you guys know, but I do like Las Cannon Marines. I have Eradicators. I feel like I need more Eradicators. Tell you the truth, I do the old school like tactical squad. Um, I feel like I'm gonna need more of this and get everyone to have a freaking rocket launchers just for Tyranids, in my opinion. It's infiltrators. I do have the infiltrators. Um, I don't know if a sniper will do any good for it. They're just I just gonna have to 3D print a lot of these things. They're just too damn expensive. The Devastator squad looks like I want to play Horus Heresy. I really do. It's just that I need to figure out. I just gotta print them out. It's just also I need to find someone to play with. Uh, that's the main thing I have a problem with is finding someone to play the game with. Like I had Warhammer like models back in the mid and the late '90s. My dad got me some because of a Warhammer shop in California. And they're not that back then. I think like a box set was like the Death Guard and versus the Dark Eldar was a set was like $75 back then. And I have like the old school Berserkers right here with me. The problem is I had no one to play it with. That's why I played more Dungeons and Dragons during that time. And I love painting models back then, and I'm a lot better now than way back before when I was a kid. And now I have actually have and I bought some stuff from Games Workshop like 2 years ago and bought a lot of used one from eBay. Then once my friends started talking about Warhammer, I'm like, I have freaking 2,000 points worth of Blood Angels. Freaking, that's why I've been doing painting videos of them, and now able to play it. But the problem is finding the people to play it with. I went to like game stores. I went to my own game workshop in South Carolina. Game workshop in South Carolina. There aren't that many people that plays it, and if they do play it, it's either Age of Sigmar or Kill Team. I have a Kill Team set, and I have now a Blood Angel set that I'm still fine tuning and working on. The max points I'm gonna get time Blood Angel will be 5,000 points and work next to it. Then I have an Age of Sigmar that's undead that's not it's barely finished. Feel like you and I need to get Wrecker, Ritigus, and a great unclean one for my Chaos Nurgle. I have a lot of Nurgle prints. If you need me to 3D print stuff, all I ask for is resin, and you pay for your shipping. That's it. You buy me resin, and I'll pay for the shipping, and I'll print whatever you guys need. I tell a lot of people this is that I do this YouTube for me. It's a hobby for me to do socialize more because I'm a disabled vet and I can't do a lot of stuff anymore. I like to help out a lot. I do a lot of community service back then. So, socialization I think is like because we're social animals for that. But I do have some chaos stuff if you want to look at it. A lot of them are free, but if there's like a paywall for a file that's like $5-6, you may have to get that for it. If my computer wants to freaking work, you piece of shit. Chaos. Let's see what we got on it. But yeah, I got like this has mixed with Nurgle, Slanesh, Horn. I forgot what the other one was called, but like that's something that I'm still learning too. Like I got like a Nurgle dreadnought looking thing that I can print, and it looks freaking awesome. As well. I have the Great Unclean. I just gotta find it with all these files. I think this is one of them. I might be wrong, but uh, yeah, I think my next one's gonna be 3D printed. It's just that everything is so damn expensive now. We have this guy with a whole bunch of little nerdlings picking his fat ass up. I got one with a bell. Um, I have a lot of nurgle. I have a lot of female nurgles in here. Um, the female death card that has shit's hanging out. But I don't think that would be good to bring to the game store and try to play it. So yeah, so we got these guys and stuff. Like I said, um, uh, get me resin. You pay for your shipping. I'll print it and I'll send it. Um, I do a lot of stuff. Like this is just the leg and the torso, but you have a lot of the bits for it. For your other ones, you can shove that in there as well. Um, yeah, I don't mind helping out people. That's basically what I do. You know, not everyone can have a 3D printer in their own home because they have nowhere to put it, the fumes and everything else for that as well. I truly understand that. I was in that situation before, for a long time, but yeah, just give me like a name of it, and what kind you want. Also, join the Discord. I'm very easily accessible on Discord. I'm always on Discord, on the thing. If the link doesn't work, just let me know and I'll put a new one up for it. But we can look at some freaking nerd stuff. I do like Nurgles. Papa Nurgle will take good care of you. Yeah, the green. I got this file. I have exactly this file. I think there's one with a freaking bell on it too. Uh, that's able to be printed. I got one of these files too, Nurglins. So what do we need? Balacator. I don't know what the hell that is. But hopefully we can look it up with the power of a search bar. Oh, that we could probably get. That's one of that's part of Horseby a Corn Army, isn't it? Okay, let's look at the cult file if they have it or not. Pretty good. I think this was a pretty good looking one. I think I have this file. So yeah, undivided. I do want to kit bash Slanesh because I don't see a lot of people kit bashing a lot of Slanesh's army. The only conversion I see is get a Chaos Marine and get the upgrade, the Scream Marine kit for it. I think that's like a joke. You can do so much stuff with like parts and bits if you have them or not. AOS and 40k. Yeah, Age of Sigmar. Mine is the undead, the ghost ones. That's the one I have so far right now. Because my wife wants to have a ghost. I do want to get an actual set. The problem is money. Money is the issue, my friends. The VA don't pay me that much. If the VA paid me much, I will buy the stuff that I want. Let's look at the Rotigus uh, for it. Let's see, Rotigus. Unclean Nurgle Army. Rotigus. I think I do have Rotigus. Yeah, I think I do have Rotigus. If not, I could just green stuff the face for it as well. Um, that's one of the things. I craft stuff. I build stuff. Now my hands are all jacked up. It's a lot harder for me to do stuff. But let's see, Rotigus. Yeah, I go to Cult 3D. You know what? We go to Nurgle. Nurgle. Oops, I might just press that thing wrong. Nurgle. So we have. Could probably look through a lot of them. I do have like tanks and shit too, so I'm trying to find one. This one looks freaking awesome. This is like $14 file right here that I can print. Uh, yeah, I have this one, tank blue, that I can print. Let's see here. Uh, see, that's the Great Unclean one right here. But there's a better looking one. I just saw not that long ago. Which one is this one? That looks wicked right there. I'm more of a builder myself than a painter. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a Fiverr and put my painting services up. I'm not the greatest painter. Uh, I'm not the greatest painter. I am like intermediate, not beginner or advanced. I'm more of an intermediate type painter. Uh, problem with a lot of things. So that is, I used to be an aircraft. I used to be an aircraft engineer, mechanical and computer programming, and since my injury through the Air Force, a lot of complication happened, and it just became I can't do a lot of stuff anymore. I have cognitive problems and stuff like that as well. Uh, but other than that, I do my best. I do my best to try to do something because if I don't do nothing, I go freaking insane. Then my wife has to, deal with that shit, and I don't want her to deal with that shit. See, yeah, you can get some of these ones, female pog walkers, if you want to spend $1.60. But if it's for one page, I have one page, so that'll be fine. Still looking. There's still a lot. If you go to like Google like STL files for certain things, you could probably find a lot easier for them too. Focus Warhammer STL. This is probably one of them. Thank you for your service, by the way. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, a lot of times don't like to hear that. I really don't. But thank you though, because I did it for money, and pay off my student loan. Let's see here. Maito has a lot of the uncleaned one, so you're going to have to look through a lot of them. Uh, uh, a lot of them for it. You have a head for Lincoln, Abe Lincoln, in your for your Imperium, but yeah, but it is one of those things that intrigues me. A lot of people do to print stuff, but we also can look up how much this thing cost. This is what I do. This is how I buy a lot of Game Workshop. Right here, lowest to first. Then I go to customizable. Looks like it. I want. Well, this is different than the goddamn phone. Looks like it, but those are bits. $100 looks like the cheapest one I can find here. Yeah, it'll probably cost like $20-$30 just to print it. Probably less than $20 just to print it. We just gotta find the files for it. That's pretty much it. So how's your army going along, Patriot Gaming? Yeah, there's no way in hell I'll be able to spend $300 to $400 on it. The problem is, it's like, yeah, your paint job is cool, but if your paint job does not match with my army paint job, I'm going to fucking strip the paint and repaint it myself. That's the main thing I have problems with people selling paints. A lot of times people like to do it and they will just put it up on the shelf. But for me, is that I need to have it match with my army so I can play it. Because I have freaking OCD about it. I'm like, this is freaking like popping out like a damn sore thumb. So and that's one of the things I see a lot of times. Like, it looks great, but I need something that I can actually use for myself. I do want to find that goddamn file for it. I tried the great and clean. Great, uh, great. Is it? Let me see here. Uh, great and clean. Well, so I have this one too. The one with the bell. That's supposed to be one of them, right? I need a Telemon Dreadnought for my Custodes and a Grave Tank from Forge World. I'm calling it done. You might be in luck. I might have the files for the Grave Tank. Oh, we can take a look. I'm putting on our bunch on this right here. Are these the ones that you're looking for? Hmm. Yeah, I'll buy some armies if it's cheap. But yeah, are these the one looking for like $9.22 just for that file. Probably costs you less than $10 just for me to print it. I got a 510 one right here for Custodes. Dreadnought one right here as well. They got a couple ones actually. The one I'm waiting, it has a sword and a shield. Okay. Can I find one with a sword and a shield? No, it looks like a claw and a freaking sword. Oh yeah, there's one right here. Sword and a shield right there. It's like $6 for the file. Let's see the grave tanks. I do want to work on Custodes, but you pay a lot more just for a little bit of like, grave tank. Okay. I'm guessing it's this guy right here. I gotta see what the hell grave tank looks like. Okay, I seen this in Forge World. It's a fucking pricey ass tank. Okay, so we got this one. Um, we got some other models of it as well. I got a different kind looking ones as well. Uh, Golden Space Jam. We just gotta. This probably the best one, and we just find a head for it. I think you'd be like golden with it. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know how much that thing cost anyways. Forge World, right? 130 pounds. So it's like what, like almost $300. 130 pounds to US. US. So $155 just for that tank, and will probably cost you about $40 if I do it. And it's really up to you. We can always find different heads for it as well. And I've been hearing like scary stories about how like bad their resin prints are. And I watch people with mantas and warlord titans literally like heating that freaking thing up, bending it back and everything. Are you uh primarily a blood angel player or do you play other factions? I want to play other factions. That's the thing. I want to play other factions. Um no, I am not a primary a blood angel player. Uh Reason why I started Blood Angels is back in the early mid and late '90s. Uh, you know, when they once one day told me that the Blood Angels were a space vampire, and I got hooked just like that. But I am going to be changing factions after I finish building this faction. I'll be moving to the next faction. The next faction that I am going to be currently working on are Chaos, and mostly going to be Nurgle for it. I have a lot of files. You know, I'll be working on Chaos. Uh, I do want to work on Tal. As you can see, I have a lot of the Tal stuff as well. Um, I will say if you want to do uh, the Dark Eldars or the Eldars itself, I would rather 3D print it. A lot of times it is a lot better. See, I have a lot of these files, you know. It's not because, I'm just going to have Blood Angels. No, because I want to have my own little army. I want friends to come over and freaking play with me for it. So I have a lot of files. What you call it, Tuesdays and Thursdays STL Patreon files for it. So basically, I show Warhammer and D&D for your proxies, armies, and so forth of that as well. Are you the grandfather will be pleased? Like, I'll show you. I'll show you. Where the? Oh yeah, let me go to my Patreon for you. Uh, Patreon. Patreon. Nope, 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 nope. Don't know what the hell that is. Okay. Where is like Heroes Infinite has a lot of good boxies. If you go to the Raging Heroes site, they sell other ones as well. Raging Heroes. They don't sell a lot of stuff that's on Patreon, but you can get like really good Age of Sigmar and Warhammer stuff. So let's see here. Chaotic. I'm guessing. So you can actually get you know it's expensive, but it is a good file. But I just want freaking if I have the STL files for a lot of these things, it will be a different story. But they don't have STL files for a lot of these things. They just 3D printables. There we go. So this is the one they have for a Patreon. But I do have the Patreon for it. But we could do this. I am gonna have to take the sound off due to the fact that so this is like a mixture of like Age of Sigmar, but mostly 40K, but their version of it. for Space Marine Battle Sister and the Dark Eldars. Or the Inquisitors and stuff like that as well. And I could print these for you. I just need resin. I have the files for these already. Look how cool that is for Battle of the Sisters. Put it on a dreadnought. I like how people like make things and everything else for that as well. We have a walker for that. Come on. Instead of having those chinky little razorback, what you call it, tank for Battle Sister, you can just have this freaking huge ass chungus right here. That big chungus. And you can actually do that. I do not read the novels. I actually do watch the lores on YouTube. It's just that there's just too many damn books. And I don't know which one to start. I know the Horus Heresy is I think like 60 or 80 books in. The problem with and it's not even done yet with that as well. So if I probably do it, I'll probably go with like the orcs just for the comedy effect of it. But I do watch a lot of lore videos. I might end up doing Audible just for the books so that I can paint and listen at the same time. But we'll see. But yeah, this is like yeah, like the assassins, the Imperial assassins. I want the dread. I want this guy. Like these guys are cool, and they're pricey too alone, and you get buy them individually. Now all of this Patreon thing was like $10 for all these files for this month. You can actually change a lot of these to freaking custodies too. Just paint them gold. But yeah, I think it's pretty damn cool. I like a lot of these models. And I have a lot of models downstairs. I play a lot of D&D and stuff, and you can print your own little terrain stuff for your battles and everything for your kill team. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I hate those damn rhino tracks. I built a Vindicator for my 30K salamander, and it was a pain. You have a picture of it? Get send it through my social media, and I can look at it, or through my Discord. Let me see what that Vindicator is. And I'm still learning, I'm still learning. Oh, this is a Vindicator. Uh, so these tracks are a pain in the ass. Let me see the spruce. No, that actually kind of makes sense too with it. If it's not as flexible and the glues for these, I always have trouble gluing these connector pieces on mine. It's not mine's a Vindicator. I think mine's a Razorback. So yeah, yeah, I can understand. Yeah, it is a huge pain to do with that, and and I could 3D print that too. The power of 3D printing. Oh Lord Savior. I think there's like different types of Vindicators too. Uh, we have $6 right here for a Vindicator. God damn. Hey, you'll never have to put it together. It's already put together for you. All it needs is a freaking paint job. There's one with a huge ass cannon. Backside, front side. But yeah, I think this one comes with a long slide. This is multiple pieces for it. But Yeah, yeah, parts and stuff. There you go. Yeah, I think I have this one, full one, right there, right there. Just gotta tear it out from the damn supports for it. Um, but yeah, let's see here. Disable all pendings online. But yeah, there's a lot that I want. It's just my giant. Another thing is, if you ever do a Necron army, prepare for some hard models. Build a Doomsday Arc. Doomsday Arc. Let me just look at that, and it looks like crap. All the guns is shooting sideways always. Uh, that's what a Doomsday Arc looks like. The funny thing is that oh, this guy. Yeah, I found 3D files of these guys, and I think the ones I find like a lot of people will just make their own version of it that looks kind of like approximately the same, and it is a hell of a lot better. Just to get that done. So you have the Vindicator right there. The heavy exterminate. I think they're called destroyers or exterminators. And there's your guy right there for this. Let's see here. Got one with the Necrons and stuff like that. There's like different parts of it. And a lot of times GW likes to purge a lot of these files up for that as well. I do love Necrons. I remember when Necron first came out, it was like fucking like back then that was like Terminator 2 came out. It's like, oh my god. It's like freaking awesome to see and everything else for that. Let's see ages. This is I'll show you what I have for Age of Sigmar. I forget what they're called. Armies of the Death. I think so. Yeah, it's a Night Hunt. I have the Night Hunt. I have a lot of Night Hunt files as well. I have this one I haven't put together yet, but I do have Night Hunts, and I don't know if they play the same for it. I made my Necron list pretty good. I think I want to take them up against some Tyranids since they hate each other. Everything hates Tyranids. Everything hates Tyranids. I found some StarCraft files that are supposed to replace Tyranids. So I'm going to have a lot of like Zerglings, Hydralisk, Ultralisk, the Zerqueen, the Overlords, and stuff like that. For some of my Tyranids, once I work on it, I got the files for them. Um, yeah, a lot of lore videos I watched. Necrons teamed up with the Imperial to kill the Tyranids. Um, the orcs teamed up with the Imperial to kill the Tyranids. Like a lot of faction will team up with you to kill the Tyranids first. The Voltan, the space ones, I think they look cool. I know the squigs. I forgot what they were called back then, but I think the Voltan looks good. Problem is, I don't think there's a much of the units itself. In my opinion, I do have Squig prints. I'm the Voltan prints. Uh, that can't be the only thing that's left for the Voltan, right? I think they look cool and everything. It's just that I don't see a lot of people buy them. Squats. There you go. Thank you. Squats. But I have like other people made their version of squats and vehicles and tanks and stuff like that. That looks really cool as well. Let me check 40K. Uh, Xeno's Army, the Voltan. Where is it? there were human ones. Necron, Gene Stealer, Leagues of Voltan. Um, it's just that there aren't much of it. Pretty much you can buy the whole thing with just this 160 Voltan League of Voltan, and there's not really much. I got these two files I can print. I don't know how hard they hit. I do watch what's it called? Battle reports. People, a lot of people like. I gotta stick with like one or two battle reports because I looked at like a whole bunch of battle reports and they're like just have different types of reporting on stuff like that. I want to learn the game while they like actually explain it to me how to play it. But a lot of time it just go too fast pace for me. A lot of time. About the box set. Is it still in the box? Or are you gonna put it together? Like how many? Like how much? Like unbuilt, unpainted minis do you have? I have a lot. I have like boxes and shit downstairs, upstairs, garage, on my table and stuff like that. But majority of my stuff are like Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I don't have that much Game Workshop stuff. It's just that Game Workshop is just too expensive. Too expensive. You know. But I'm slowly, maturely buying them now. Voltan looks cool. They're just basically dwarves. But I like the Age of Sigmar, ones. They're not really Voltan, they're just dwarves, but it's a Grand Order. What are they called? Let me see if I can find some. I won't be able to. They used to have like freaking cool looking dwarves with blimps and shit. Here we go, dwarves, but they're supposed to be squats. Uh, but the story between Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40K is totally different. The lore is so different on these things. I do want to like do Age of Sigmar, but the problem is getting finding people to play the damn game with too on it. Do you watch play on tabletop? Yeah, I do. I watch a lot of people play it on tabletop on YouTube for it. If you don't want to type and text, you can go on a Discord and come to my call and you could talk to me through the headset. It'd be probably a lot easier for me. Um, but yeah, this is I'll put the link for my Discord down to help people out. What happened to my shit? Uh, let's see, invite people, copy. There you go. What's going up there? Some more things. But yeah, like these guys are kind of cool. But again, $55 for these three. Or you go to the Vanguard set for 140. That looks like a deal. But I am getting the 10th edition box set they're releasing in June. I heard that's gonna be $300-400. I am gonna have to shell out $300-400. That comes to Tyranid, and I believe it comes with the Death Guard with it as well. But I am gonna shell $300-400 just for the rule books and some of the army sets as well. A lot of times you cannot convert a lot of the armies together. I got a call and Fear, Champion, and some Heartskin Warriors builds. Still trying to decide what Voltan self faction I want to make them. Oh, let's look then. Voltan sub faction. I'm gonna put myself on the thing in the bottom. To voice. Oh, let me see here. To voice. Sub faction. Let's look at the sub faction. If it explains it. I don't know what the sub factions. I know they have the guilds. Their factions are guilds for it. But I think they all have the same, ability and stuff like that. It is what you think looks cool with the. I mean, with the cool. Remember, when you buy these stuff, you actually make a story with them too. When you build your army and everything, it's the story that you make for it. Like for me, it's I just gotta find out like which guild is good and which one is has like the most interesting story of them all, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm still learning how to paint a lot of different ways and stuff like that as well. The worm Kellogg. Look at that. I just want to see what color they look like. They're red? Oh, that looks sweet. Can I sneak them into my Blood Angels with the color scheme and stuff? That looks really cool with red and a dark blue, bluish, with different blue tones. Yeah, the red looks good. Yeah, the red looks really good. I don't like the orange and the white that much, and like they have the orange one right here. They got the purple, orange one. They have the white for it. I think the red will pop more. Blue will do too as well. But like I don't know much of the factions of the Voltan. Or you can do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle color scheme for it. There you go. Teenage Mutant, and I can print you the heads for them as well. Print you the Ninja Turtle heads for you and the skull mask. There you go. That is your future scheme, and there is Master Splinter right there. Now we just need to add in Shredder. Um, that looks freaking awesome right there. That looks really awesome. Oh god. I got this color scheme. There's the red right here for your faction. The black looks good too. The black and blue, the blue outline. Or you could do Terran from the what you call it from StarCraft. I don't think Space Marines and Voltan will get along. They don't get along. They can't get along. The Voltan has the freaking AI, the AI Voltan that they commune with and they live in harmony together. The freaking Imperials fucking had their AI revolted and freaking got into the Dark Ages, lost all the technology. It's like heresy, heresy. That it's like they don't get along. They don't hate each other. They go their own separate ways. The Mars freaking forgot their name was those are also got the Mars was I think they're called Custodes, I believe, from Mechanus. I forget what they're called. They want to study the Voltan, but the people of Voltan like no, it's you cannot be, you got be sacrilegious and everything else like that, because people on Mars trying to get all the lost technology for the machine gun and so forth, how everything works. They got the color scheme right here. Hmm. But Mechanus, yeah, Voltan hates the Mechanus. Yes, they seriously do, because the Mechanist wants to take the Voltan AI apart. On it, I was listening to the lore of that video. I'm like, holy shit, fucking Mechanist looks freaking uh Mechanist. Warhammer. Mechanist, Warhammer, 40K. Adeptus Mechanicus. They have some pretty cool looking sets I want to get for it. It might be a pain in the ass to pay it, but I bet you it'll be worth it. Hell, they don't know how half the things work either way. It's freaking oil and prayers that's keeping them running. Oh god. A lot of these things, like they just let it run and never turn it off because they're so afraid that if you turn it off, it will never turn back on. So you just freaking get a rope and catch him and stuff like that. So yeah, this is something I want to get Adeptus Mechanicus. I want to see if we can get some files for these. I haven't got any files for these guys yet. Yeah, freaking awesome. I'm just like I wish I could 3D model stuff. I really wish I could. I just don't have the talent or skills for it. Something like this, you use that to write on stuff. Why don't you start working on the stuff that you have now? And once you get that all done, then work on the next one, because you're just going to be covered in boxes of stuff that you're going to have to work on even more later on down the road. Like for me, is I got to a point because I when I first got my 3D printer like 2 years ago, I printed nonstop for like a year and a half, and I have like a year and a half worth of miniatures that needs to be painted. And due to that, I'm gonna have to, stop and paint them now. I'm not printing anything unless I really do need it. There are some army pieces I need for my Blood Angels, but after I'm done with my Blood Angels, like the 5,000, because I'm at 2,000 points already on my Blood Angels. Once I hit 5,000, I'm gonna work on the next faction. Once I work on the next faction, then I'll work on another 5,000 points on that faction. Then I'm gonna move on to another faction, do 5,000 points. I think you need like a max, and you need to like work on something. Like if you keep getting a whole bunch, a lot more of stuff of different stuff that you're working on. A lot of the stuff in my like when I start doing Dungeons and Dragons stuff like that. A lot of them it goes into your closet and just collects dust and just forget about them. But you do you. I but it's one of those things that you're gonna have to delegate on stuff. Like I literally paint a unit a day. Like I spent every day, I paint a whole unit a day, or 8 to 12 minis a day. Then I might be like the best golly looking thing, but it's good. It looks clean. It has the stuff for it that I move on to the next 8 to 12 units. That's my art arc. Um, that's my Achilles heels. I have a buying problem. I love walking in the store, even if I just go in for paint. I always come out with a model. That's the problem I have too. I almost spent $300 at the Warhammer store 2 weeks ago. The problem is my friend looks at me like, "Why don't you go buy it? You need to see, do you need money to buy it?" I'm looking. I'm like, "You gave me $300 for me to buy it." It's like, as long as you pay me back. I'm like, "Yeah, I am not going to, buy it. I want to buy it, but I also don't want to use my money." That's the main thing I have problem with. Is I want to buy it, but I don't want to spend my own money on it. And if the more I buy and stuff, because I also I have bills to pay and stuff like that as well. But um, that's why I moved to 3D printing because it's cheaper in the long run. A lot of the times, hell, if you have some models that you want me to take your hands off of, or you want me to paint them, let me know. We could probably work out a deal or something because I need models. I have a lot of models I paint for YouTube. The YouTube channel, this channel used to be called Ashley and Lancelot Show. It was used to be me and my wife. We used to do box opening and a whole bunch of other dumb stuff and a lot of game streaming and stuff like that. Then my wife Ashley wants to do her own thing, so she wasn't on this channel for a long time. So so I started wanting to do something that I want to do for myself for a hobby, and basically I just did tabletop for it, and I've just been painting nonstop. You just need something that basically makes you want to paint more. Like you have to paint more for it. But yeah, it's just these are the things I have freaking thinking on right now. Um, because I'm thinking about live streaming and painting at the same time and just talking, have music in the background. If I do this, I hopefully will make other people want to paint more as well for it. I have portals from D&D I need to do. These are printed for it as well that I need to do. I have terrain pieces I need to do for my wife Ashley for her D&D game. Oh, but yeah, I have a big box over here full of shit. I got a gelatinous cube that does not need to be painted, but the bits and stuff needs to be painted and stuff. These are fail prints that you use for terrain pieces, but yeah, like I go in and fix stuff with clay and bondo and stuff. This is supposed to be a well, I believe, that I'm gonna have to paint with the airbrush and everything. I also want to say I take all the damn hair out as well. I have a Cerberus that's not failed that I need to fix, need to paint, and I get the rest of the stuff for it to paint for. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, that I want to do for it. Hard for me to focus on painting because sometimes I just want to read the novel and catch up on my lore. Put it on Audible. Get it on Audible on Amazon. Have it read it to you. Lore videos I usually have. Usually a lot of lore videos and stuff. A lot of times I have pretty cool little pictures and everything for it. A lot of times I just listen. I just listen and paint. I know it's hard. Um, I have the same problem too. but it's one of those things you're gonna have to, figure. You're gonna have to figure out. But yeah, I'm at the point that the VA the inflation kind of screwed everything else up that I can't buy as much stuff as I used to. I just really can't. I just can't afford it to buy a lot of the stuff anymore because of inflation. So that's why I have the Etsy store. Um, so that hopefully I have enough money to buy stuff that I want. But majority of the time, I don't charge enough for me to buy stuff on it, buy stuff that I want, but I get at least enough resin for me to print something else. I'm the type of person that does not like to take advantage. With the heresy book, I can't find. Yeah, um, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that it's hard. You just gotta have to find your groove. I don't know how long have you been doing this, Patriot? How long have you been doing this for? I think I'm going to make myself bigger. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. There we go. I'm gonna make myself bigger so you can see the ugliness, the heresy of what is to be. I started. Oh shit! No, my back, my back. Um, no, um, like I used to read a lot of books. I used to read a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, Forgotten Realm books. I always saw Warhammer. Uh, and now I'm starting to get more and more into Warhammer. It's one of those things that I want to try and get into. For that as well. Still new. Oh, you're new like me and everything. For that as well. God, this delay is really bad. But yeah. But yeah, it is one of those things. But will it help Patriot if I do a painting live stream? And you can paint with me and stuff like that if you want. If that helps. But other than that, well, they got some pretty cool stuff here because yeah, if you look at the STL videos, the Patreon videos and stuff like that, yeah, these are cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, if you want to do the Patreon, uh, not the Patreon, the painting live stream, I'll do it. Just let me know. Just let me know in the comments or on Discord or social media. This is the time I have free. This is time I can do the painting, and I'll try to match it with your time and paint with you at the same time. I'll put music in the background and do it with you. I do play Pathfinder. I like Pathfinder 1. I have Pathfinder 2. I did not like the rules for Pathfinder 2. Give me a second. I hear something in the background. I'm back. I'm back. Uh, But yeah, yeah, just let me know. Well, the thing is, yeah, just let me know about it. I put the Discord link on here as well. I'll be probably on it. I gotta get log off for a bit, Patriot. But yeah, let me know on stuff like that. All right, cool, no problem. Yeah, so I'll be gone, and I'll be on Discord back. Give me about like 5, 15 minutes. I'll be on Discord on the voice call. So you can talk to me face to face if you want, and then we can do a little more and stuff like that as well. Okay. I'll see you in a bit, Patriot. Patriot Gaming. See you guys.